And the first pitch is high, ball 1 to LeMaitre. And let's take a look at Cam's scouting report on lines.
Yes, Jordan said opponent average and OPS, only Jose Barrios.
LeMaitre has been so locked in over.
Allows to establish himself early in this game.
DJ LeMaitre nearly a start. His last 28 games, he has an on-base. Holds up there, and it's 2-2. Let's take a look at the defense. It's Hayes, Mullins, and Santander. Urias and Mateo will walk to the plate. Let's look at tonight's Discover matchup. Aaron Judge's as we saw yesterday. LeMaitre chops one up the middle. Last 10 games against the Orioles, I'd say that's pretty good. 381, 8 home runs. Aaron Judge
Of the week.
Mom hangs those numbers on the fridge. And he takes pretty good. Yeah, I'd say so. 465 feet.
And the funny thing is,
Career. Hits this hard. Pass the backhand over Urias, and they're sending him home. LeMaitre will score. It's an RBI double.
He's continued to grow as a hitter, using the pull side of the baseball field. This ball just Yankees offense with Garrett Cole on the mound. So that's what we call good friends right there. A guy who wants to score for his buddy.
Into this game.
And you spoke of Mama. Well, Mama, there goes that man again.
Judge, who has just tied Pete Alonso for the major league lead, now with 78 ribbies. Mark Jackson reference in there with the Mama, there goes that man.
One of my favorites. I know you.
Rizzo takes outside, 1-1. So 2 batters into the game, and the Yankees have already staked Garrett. The 1-1. 1-2. Side strikes, more neutral up and down. Pitcher friendly. Ninth. It was his first game back from a concussion. Here they do the post scouting report in the zone that were called strikes, which is a very high number. Rizzo pops it up behind the plate. Rutschman, Judge having to hold on at second, 1 down. Here's Gleyber Torres batting. Torres hitting .338 over his last 15 games.
Have, a guy who they were wondering where they were going to find his at-bats. How were they going to get?
Torres drives that in the air to right center. Easy. Let's take a look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. The strike.
And you can see Josh did not like that.
There's Donaldson. That's called.
That's right on point with the scouting report.
Yeah.
Off the edges just a bit.
The 0-1. 0-2. Donaldson late.
Early in his career, he really featured that sinker, and I thought it was really good for him, but he's kind of got away from that, and he's really.
Cam told you in the scouting report. Donaldson takes the slider down and away, 1-2. Although has not had success on the mound in the clubhouse, the Orioles rave about him. And Odor, Trey Mancini talked about having the right kind of.
I truly think there's, attributes that you have that there are no numbers, there are no stat for.
Yeah. The 1-2. And it's 2-2 on Donaldson.
Mullins as well, Mancini. Getting the young guys to buy into, how important leadership.
High and in on Donaldson, who loses.
Call that was probably a ball off the plate.
Take the guard off all in one smooth
Agreed.
motion, and then he had to put the guard back on. The 3-2. Well, Josh is going to walk back to the board. Aaron Judge, an RBI double in the first. Garrett Cole goes to work next. And that lineup will face that man, Garrett Cole, 9-2, a 3.02 ERA.
Garrett Cole going deep, and I don't mean like Aaron Judge. The Yanks need innings tonight, double-digit Ks. Number 1, he is, if he does it again tonight, he'd be the, also did in April last year. So Garrett Cole back on the mound, the ace that they.
Tonight, or Chapman, who've thrown back-to-back days. Obviously, we know what happened with Michael King, the fractured. This is the man you'd want on the mound.
Litke, what? He went.
Yeah, he's right. You don't know if he'll have him. As Cole deals, strike one to Mullins. So the 0-1 is in there for a strike.
Guy that when you need him to go to a different level, he's always up for the challenge, and he's
the 0-2. Hammered down the left field line, hit. Take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State. Garrett Cole's fastball has been so good of right. Donaldson and IKF on the left side. Torres and LeMahieu on the right side against Mullins. Now he goes off speed, and Mullins takes the knuckle curve. And the leadoff man is on for Baltimore as we take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your local.
As Ryan alluded to, 347 average, a slugging 500, and an OBP against the Orioles this year. The Yankees have won 10 of 14 meetings. And go DJ, that is my D.
Here's Rutschman, takes fastball strike. Look how the Yankees had held Mullins in check earlier this year, but 0-2. So the cutter there for over his last 8-9 starts has sort of junked it.
Wow.
Check over on Mullins. The last 7 under 3% of the time. Long look in there, and the 0-2, 1-2. A lot of fastballs. The 1-2. 2-2 now on Rutschman. I was asking Cole yesterday whether or not affects his game plan or the way he could pitch here compared to years past. And he said no. Runner goes. Rutschman skies that into right. Carpenter. Let's take a look at the Indeed player resume on Trey Nance for the first out. Out and one on. The agent to be. And someone who many around the league figure to have in spot where this was not a year where you're thinking about adding at the deadline.
You know, especially too, you see they got another, top draft pick. You have Adley time the first to try to push for that wild card spot, try to get into this new playoff.
Takes off. Cole steps off, and now they have Mullins in a rundown. Good effort, Cedric. 2 away.
He gave his best chance, and Yankees do a good job of cutting. He had something on Garrett Cole, and he trusted it. At times, you trust it, and Garrett Cole did an outstanding job of mixing up his whole time right there. So good, absolutely. And he just jumped the gun a little early. But again, you have to give Garrett credit from seat.
Lifted in the air down the right field line, twisting toward. Carpenter getting the start in right. Yeah.
It was a question we had earlier. As he did so much damage off the bench, you start.
The 2-2. Outside. Yeah, it's interesting. You wondered if Gallo was going to be back in there today. That ended up the difference. Also had a leadoff walk to start the Yankees' first race. Cole walks Mancini, and a 2-out base runner.
Every day, you want to figure out how you can find that rhythm. You want to gain confidence, especially when you
just had that nice sound, didn't it?
You can hear it up here, huh?
Game in the 7th. Crackling fastball. The 1-1. Breaking ball. That was a good knuckle curve.
Anytime you have a righty on lefty matchup and you buckle the left-handed hitter, that lets you know.
The 1-2. Fouled right back here. Get ready, Cam. Oh, just under our boot.
Back